So Chris, we've seen these horrible videos out of Queens. We've seen videos in the hospitals in Jamaica. We've seen videos out of the hospitals in Elmhurst. We've heard reports of overfilling in the morgues. And then we've seen a viral video, over 500,000 views, that as a whistleblower, as a concerned citizen, it looks like you posted, from what you observed at the Astoria track. You're an Astoria resident. Can you tell us what it is that you observed out there in Astoria and what you posted?
Yeah, so I've been running to try to keep fit, which city authorities and federal authorities have recommended solo running outdoors as a good fitness choice at this point, as long as you're staying 6 feet, at least 6 feet away from other people. And so my regular running route takes me past that track in Astoria Park, where I would love to be running if there weren't a pandemic, but I think what people have seen is that it's still, at least Friday afternoon when I was running, was tremendously crowded.
So you're going out your jog on Friday, a normal jog that you take. I'm a runner,
Yeah,
as well, and I'm trying to figure it out in this pandemic over here. And what do you see there at the Astoria track?
well, it's packed, and it's there's people playing soccer, there's people gathered in very close proximity, people running on the track, people using the outdoor fitness equipment, which is what really gets to me because you're putting your hands all over the same stuff that who knows how many other people have touched that day. Um,
What made you decide you pulled out your camera, you decided to tape it?
Well, I mainly I wanted to call attention. It didn't occur to me that 500,000 people were going to see this. I was concerned that the mayor and my city council member and the city parks department saw it, because that's a huge park, and there's lots of opportunity, lots of grassy spaces, lots of paths people could be on and still be social distancing. So I don't understand why that track is, there's a locking gate around that track. The gates are wide open, they're not locked. It would be very easy for the city to just make it inhospitable, to make it unwelcoming. And honestly, I don't blame the individuals. I would like for everyone to be conscious of social distancing and doing their part, but we have 9 million people in the city. Really, I think it comes down to the city authorities to do everything they can to discourage people and prevent people from just making bad choices.
When did you decide to post the video?
As soon as I shot it, I'd actually done this once or twice before. I was passed in the evening, a few days, maybe a week earlier, and it was very dark and there were lights on. And I said, how easy would it be to just turn off the lights? People were playing soccer at night on lights, big crowds of people. And I'm like, how easy is it to just shut off the lights? And, I don't want anybody getting arrested. I don't want anybody getting fined. I don't think, police involvement. I certainly wouldn't wish that on my neighbors. A lot of these people are not white people, and I'm concerned about how the police might treat them. But it's very easy to just do things to discourage this or make it difficult without getting anyone in more trouble.
And since you posted, obviously it's gotten an overwhelming response. Last time I checked, 572,000 views and growing. What's the feedback that you're receiving?
Most people are, really surprised and shocked and grossed out, and just kind of sharing it and saying, this is why we can't have next things. Kind of that's the trend. I've had a few people accuse me of faking it, that's the most surprising part to me. I think people who really prefer to believe that there isn't a real pandemic or there isn't a need for a quarantine or social distancing, who are claiming that, I've had a few people point out that it's raining in New York City today. I'm like, okay, but that's not really relevant when I shot this Friday afternoon, but fine.
Any feedback that you've heard from any local or state or authorities, the mayor and city council, anybody like that?
Not directly. I've seen interviews and news articles where they've acknowledged that, this sort of thing is a problem. And yesterday, actually, after my girlfriend and I were laughing that this had gone viral and, had several 100,000 views, and the city emergency system sent out an automated text that essentially said, like, hey, in the parks, try to keep away from big crowds in the parks. And I was like, I sort of feel like I feel like I'm being subtweeted. I feel like that was maybe directed at me. But
Any message that you have for the people of Astoria, New York, Queens, that you'd like to let them know?
Yeah, I just think, again, it's the same theme. Like, we're all in this together. I'm not an expert in public health, so listen to what the experts are telling us to do. I think a lot of people wrongly think they are imprisoned inside their houses. We're actually encouraged to go outside. This isn't nuclear fallout. The air is not going to hurt us. It's other humans that are the problem. So just take advantage of the fact that we have a great big park with lots of choices that aren't fenced in on this small track area. Don't go play basketball. Just go for a walk. Enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the nice day if we have it, but just stay away from other people, and we'll all get through this. We're doing our part for frontline responders, healthcare responders, and people who are at higher risk of getting sick. And
And
it's
Chris, I referenced earlier in the interview just some of the videos I'm seeing out here in LA. There's one particular video that looks horrible of an overcrowded hospital in Jamaica, Queens. I've also read these reports about Elmhurst. Are you seeing, are you hearing that, in Queens?
where I am. I'm somewhat removed from it. I would love to go out and like clap for the healthcare workers when they go by, but the particular place where I am near Ditmars Avenue, it's just very residential. I'm seeing what you're seeing online. I'm seeing reports, but I have to say that even when I'm out running, I'm not. Fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not passing by that sort of thing. And I'm just more interested in sort of sharing what I'm seeing with people taking unnecessary risks.
Any other
Um,
tips you have while you're at home that you can give our viewers in terms of a tip for a movie, another recommendation, something novel that no one's heard about?
I do have one actually. My girlfriend and I have been watching some old Hollywood musicals because I understand that those were sort of conceived to cheer people up during the Great Depression. And Singing in the Rain is fantastic. We just watched that last night. It holds up great. There's not even a lot of racist stuff, which is really great for old Hollywood movies to be able to say, there's not a lot of racist stuff. There's like a little tiny bit of stuff in the background. You'll see if you watch. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend Singing in the Rain and those types of movies just to kind of cheer you up in a tough time.
Well, from rainy Queens and Singing in the Rain, Chris, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for the invitation, Ben. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.